Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the beta designs for Lucy, Lucas, and Mabel inside of Loomian Legacy. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, so I'm pretty sure everybody that plays Loomian Legacy, of course, knows about your three main, I guess, rivals. Like, I'm pretty sure they're a rival, but you know, as of recently, they became our friends. It's a really confusing relationship, okay? But we have, of course, Lucas, Lucy, and Mabel. Of course, Mabel is kind of like the quote-quote leader of them, I guess, if you kind of call it that. Mabel, of course, does not have any Loomians of her own, except for Starla, and the other two, of course, are just like your basic rivals inside of any game, right? And now the designs, characteristics, and personalities of these characters would have been drastically different for Loomian Legacy, and could have altered a lot of things, okay? But before we actually get into that, I do have to talk about a couple other instances where, you know, Loomians and actually people inside of Loomian Legacy, you know, very important people, like, you know, Dr. Vanta, have been changed as well. Starting off with something like Vari actually went through a bunch of different designs before we got to the one that we know and love today. And also, some of these designs were actually taken into models, so we could have actually seen a Vari inside of Loomian Legacy that looked like this, or a Servolan that looked like this. I know, it's pretty interesting. And then also, Dr. Vanta definitely went through a really big glow-up and, you know, just change in general. I mean, just look at Dr. Vanta. I mean, you know, it's just 20 million times better, okay? I think we all can agree on that. Now, to get into the things you guys clicked on this video for, we're going to be going over the Mabel beta design as well as Lucas and Lucy as well. Now, I will say, guys, definitely go follow Verge on Twitter because they are the entire concept, the entire designer for the things like, of course, Mabel and everybody else, and they actually provided all this stuff on Twitter and, you know, showed all these beta designs. Now, this all started on October 6th, where they said, Mabel's first concept design versus her current in-game design. Felt like sketching up a throwback today. And as you guys can see right here, there are two different versions of Mabel. Of course, the one on the right is the one that we have in the game, but the one on the left is actually very much different, okay? As you can see, there's a lot more orange on her. You know, there's just like a kind of like shorter skirt, like kilt looking thing. I don't know. And then of course the hair as well. Look at the hair. The hair is really long and just messy, and also has a little bit of a skull kind of clipped onto the hair as well. And Ruby also followed up and said, y'all liked OG Mabel, so here's another drawing of her. And this is a more kind of high quality actually picture of what it could have looked like in the game. And again, I just prefer this one so much better than the one that we have currently. You know, the one that we have currently is just like this short-haired, very basic, like, girl with parental issues, right? Versus this one actually looks like just an edgy, you know, kind of punk entire thing. Still probably has parental issues, but it at least looks better. And now for the rest of the gang, Ruby said, had a couple people ask me to post the original Lucy and Lucas, so here you go. Lucy initially was a dude, but once I scrapped the band idea I had for them, he became the Lucy you all know. These are approximations of what they looked like, as most concepts for them are gone. So as you guys can see right here, of course, we have Mabel on the left, but in the middle, we have Caleb, okay? Which actually was going to be a Lucy. Again, you know, Lucy was going to originally be a guy called Caleb, if that kind of makes sense. And they were actually all going to be in a band. And as you guys can see on the back, there's like a purple guitar. Looks really cool. And then, of course, a Lucas on the all the way right. I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. You know, I just think the entire trio of them just looks really cool. And I like the idea of them all actually being in a band, you know? Again, it just gives a lot more character to the characters. Gives a lot more personality to the characters is what I meant to say. And yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, all of them just look, you know, kind of like, again, like they actually look like people with souls, you know, if that makes sense. I mean, as you see, Mabel is looking very grumpy right there, you know, leaning on Caleb. Caleb is just, you know, very nonchalant. Caleb is also really tall, I will have to say. And then Lucas is kind of just doing his own thing. He's got, like, you know, his hands up. And as you guys can see right there in his pocket, it looks like drumsticks. So Lucas was probably going to be the drummer of the group. And maybe Mabel was going to be, like, the singer or something, I could assume. So, yeah, guys, I'm not trying to, you know, be like, oh, the ones we have right now are, you know, they're terrible, all that stuff. No, I'm just saying, like, the ones, you know, that were the beta designs were definitely, in my opinion, better, okay? But yeah, you know, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about it down in the comments below. Do you guys prefer the beta designs or the current versions? I mean, I don't know. I prefer the beta designs, but again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts, so put them down in the comments below. And yeah, also, let me know your entire idea of, like, the band, you know, the entire, like, band dynamic. I feel like that would play a really kind of interestingly, is that a word? I don't know, inside of Loomian Legacy. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.